What's up everyone, my name is Joris. Welcome back to my channel. 2020 is finally over. Hopefully it can only go up from here. If you have been working for a while for your current employer, you have most likely received an end of year bonus last week, or you are expecting a raise pretty soon. This can be a substantial amount of money and can be very useful for you in the future if you use it right. This bonus is extra money. It is not a fixed income every year, and you should really treat it as such. If you don't think about how to use this money, you can find it gone very fast in a few months and you have nothing to show for it. This is exactly why a lot of lottery winners go broke a few years after winning big. So don't be stupid and use your money wisely. Here are 8 things you can consider doing with your money when you are receiving a bonus or a pay raise that will help you on your financial journey, or help you create peace of mind. Before anything else, you have to make sure that you shield yourself against unexpected problems and costs. Having an emergency savings account is an absolute necessity to make sure you don't take out a loan for a simple but urgent fix on your house or on your car, for example. Not having an emergency fund is one of the major reasons why people are being sucked into poverty. If you have to take out a loan for something very simple and you can't pay it back immediately, the high interest rates will keep dragging you down into the money hole. So please create an emergency fund for yourself and shield yourself against this problem. The amount of money that is in your emergency fund is for you to decide. There's no real fixed rate you have to have. But look at your monthly expenses and set aside around 6 to 12 times your monthly income in your savings account. If you don't feel secure with the money that is in your savings account, well, then simply add more until you do. An emergency fund, which you should have set up by now if you're following my channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you've not done that before. But once you have set up your emergency fund, you now can look at alternative ways to invest your extra money. The emergency fund is your top priority, no questions asked. Other options I'm about to list now are all optional and they can be switched around as you see fit. However, I would always suggest to put at least half of your bonus or pay raise towards your financial goals. You'll thank me later in the future. The other half can be allocated as you see fit. We'll come back to that later. Now let's look at the money you have to spend. If you have 2,000 euros at hand by now, as a bonus or as a pay raise, by spending it, it will be worth 2,000 euros. And after you spend it, it's gone. So you will really have to ask yourself, how can I make this 2,000 euros worth more in the future? There are 2 common ways to achieve this added value on your money. You can, for example, pay off your debt. By paying off your debt, you obviously lose the money, but it will also lower your monthly payments and save you interest over time. So you are winning on both fronts. You're having a better cash flow on the one hand, and you have to pay less in interests to the bank. Depending on your interest rates, you should always pay off your debt with the highest interest rates. However, there are exceptions to this rule. If you manage to get a higher return on the money elsewhere, for example when it's invested, it might be more interesting to invest the money than to pay off the money, because you're getting a better return invested than you would have gotten when it's paid off. In current mortgage markets, interest rates are very low, often 1.5% or even lower. So if you pay off part of your loan here, you'll pay off less every month, like I said before, and you'll save a little bit on your interest being paid. However, if you manage to get an average return of 5% on your investment portfolio, it is actually way smarter to invest the money instead of paying off your debt. The excess return in the stock portfolio will greatly outweigh the advantage you're getting by paying off your mortgage loans. I have made a video about these calculations earlier, and you can find a link to that video in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Apart from paying off your mortgage, you can also decide to invest the money in the stock market. Like we said before, if it has a better return than your mortgage payments, it is obvious that you would invest it in the stock market instead of paying off debt. Investing in the stock market is pretty easy. I also made a video about this one. You can find it down in the description. But in conclusion, you should just invest it in some sort of global ETF that gets your 5 or 6% return every year. If you have used half or more of the money you got towards your financial goals, you are now free to spend the rest as you wish. Use the money wisely and always think first and buy later. You'll find yourself out of money way too fast if you do not pay attention to where the money is going. Here are some examples of what I have done in the past. You can invest in a very specific item. This can be art, this can be collectibles, cars and others. Buying these items does not really feel like investing, since you are just buying whatever interests you, whatever you like. But it is actually some sort of investing. If you buy a limited edition of something, this special edition might become more valuable in the future. And if you really like something, you should always buy the real deal and not some cheap knockoff. You can also save for a big expense in the future. If you want to go on a holiday overseas or abroad in the future, chances are it will cost you a lot. So you better start saving in advance rather than taking out a loan. And this reminds me, by the way, setting up a savings plan will help you achieve these kinds of goals more easily. So don't forget to add your weekly contribution to our savings challenge. I just transferred mine. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am challenging every one of you to start a savings habit over 2021. And if you want to know the details about this challenge, the link will be in the description below. You can also use the money to invest in yourself, and this is one I really like. If you are interested in a certain subject, why not take a course on it, buy some books about it, get some more knowledge. It will expand your knowledge and it might even help you financially in the future. I have followed courses on real estate and finding myself using this information when I'm looking for new real estate deals. Of course, I've also followed courses that won't give me any added monetary value in life, but they help me create some sort of peace of mind. You can also use the money to create some sort of peace of mind. Going for FIRE, for financial freedom can be quite stressful at times, and being busy with money all day can prove to be very hard on someone emotionally and mentally as well. You should always take the time to reflect on the past, the present and the future, and always look for a way to put it all aside and think about other things. A few years ago, I used my end of year bonus to buy a new instrument. I bought a cello. And while I'll never make any money with the cello, it will actually never lose its value. On top of that, it gives me great joy to play it, and it eases my mind while I'm doing so. Hobbies can be great ways to create peace of mind, and its expenses should really be added in any good budget. Lastly, you can also use your money to give back to the community. Give part of your money to a charity. Doing a good deed for someone or something doesn't really have any monetary advantage, but the mental return you are getting is priceless. I often give blood at my local hospital, and by doing so, I feel good about helping people in need. I even found the best of both worlds. I found an investment opportunity that has a positive return and also does something good for the planet. Every month, I'm investing in trees in France, and once they reach maturity, I will get a return on the sale of their wood. At the moment, I own 10 trees in France and more will come every month. The main reason why I'm invested here is not for the return. It's really not that good of a return anyway, but it's really about the reduction in my carbon footprint. I want to be carbon neutral as soon as possible. To me, this is some nice goal I want to strive towards. Most of my trees are planted in the northwest of France. The fun part of this is that I can visit my trees in France. Once we are allowed to travel again, I will definitely go there and look for my trees. Another good deed you can easily do is to invest in the like button to make it blue and to support the YouTube algorithm. A further investment in yourself would be to subscribe to the channel and to hit the notification bell. Being reminded when a new video comes out will make sure that you stay up to date with the latest news about finance, personal finance and money. So, have you used your bonus yet? If not, what will you do with your bonus? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about personal finance and money altogether, feel free to look at one of the videos right here and continue your journey. I will see you in the next video. Cheers!